your forecast first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Satellite and radar picture tonight. Things are looking nice and calm across the area. We've had lots of sunshine, no major issues here. You can see just a few clouds that are mixed in there here this evening. Temperatures in the lower 80s across the area. Actually a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday. Still 76 Watsika and in Danville. Through tonight, we'll see temperatures falling back down to those mid-60s. Calm conditions, looking good. We'll talk about some rain for the weekend, though, coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
The school district is saying some girls were play fighting. Why the family of the one injured say that can't be further from the truth.
She drove her Jeep off the unfinished Bradley Avenue Bridge. What she's being charged with 2 weeks later.
There's been resignations and a no-show, plus no bills have been paid. What's supposed to happen tonight when the Atwood Village Board reconvenes.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
We're pretty furious with the situation.
A Champaign mother says her 10-year-old daughter was attacked at school. She says the school district is covering it up. The student was left with a cut 8.5 inches deep on her stomach. Good evening. I'm Jessica Coons in for Paul.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. It happened yesterday at Dr. Howard Elementary. The district says the kids were just play fighting. The mother says there's much more behind the story, and now her daughter refuses to go back to class. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live outside the school. Courtney, did teachers see it happen?
Well, Jennifer, it happened in a bathroom, but the school district wouldn't say who saw what happened. Now, I talked to the girl's mother today, but she wouldn't talk on camera. She said she was too emotional, but her aunt wouldn't hold back.
This is an elementary school. This is not normal.
Shonda Chitwood says her niece went to school just like any other day. She never expected fellow students to attack her.
We just know that there are other kids that have been bullying her.
Chitwood says her niece told the teacher, and that's when things escalated.
She just remembers running from the girls, and they followed her in the bathroom, and she remembers somebody pulling her out of the stall, and she fell. She don't remember anything after that.
The district put the school on lockdown for a student needing medical assistance. On Tuesday, the district said the student was hurt when, quote, 6 girls were play fighting in the restroom. Part of the statement reads, quote, the preliminary investigation found no weapon nor any indication that another student caused the injury. The matter appears accidental rather than malicious. Michelle Helenar's grandson goes to school at Dr. Howard. She believes many parents were kept in the dark.
If something like this is happening, they should be more looking after these things.
Chitwood's niece was at the hospital with this, a gash too graphic for us to show, one that needed 15 stitches.
We met at the hospital. We were told that she fell and cut herself.
But she says there's more to that story.
We just want justice, you know. We want to know what happened, and we want to know why were there not enough adults present to take action before it got this far.
The district said they weren't able to find any kind of a weapon that was used. They also said there was no reason to believe that another student caused this injury. Reporting live in Champaign, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, 2 questions. First, Chitwood met with the school leaders. What did they tell her? What is their theory about what happened?
Yeah, the school leaders told her and the family members who met with those school leaders that they believed that the student fell, that the girl fell in the bathroom and she hit a latch on the bathroom stall.
Okay, and are police involved in this at all?
The school district did say that the Champaign Police Department was involved. I did reach out to the Champaign Police Department. They couldn't confirm any information additional to what the school district already told us.
Okay, we don't know if they're still investigating this. All right.
Exactly. Yeah, they weren't able to confirm.
Okay, Courtney, thank you so much. Now, parents, including family members of that student, are going to a PTA board meeting. It's tonight. Incidentally, at Dr. Howard Elementary, the topic of that meeting is expected to be safety. It just started. We'll have more from that tonight at 10. GCMS graduate Heather Cook and her baby were killed in Memphis this past weekend. She was just 32 years old. Police have arrested the father of the child, Enoch Turner. He's now charged with first-degree murder and aggravated arson. GCMS's superintendent released a statement saying Heather was an active member of the GCMS community for most of her school years and left a very positive impact on friends and classmates.
We have new details on a shooting that happened in Urbana yesterday. Police are still looking for the person who shot a teenager. This happened outside the Cottage Grove apartments. The 15-year-old boy was shot in the arm. He was taken to the hospital. Officers are still investigating. A Champaign man is accused of sexually assaulting a child. 49-year-old Norman Person Sr. is charged with predatory criminal sexual assault. The victim is under 13 years old and told authorities the assault started after April of last year. Person Sr. was also accused of sexually assaulting a child in Coles County back in 2010. That case was dismissed after the victim and a witness died the day of the trial in a car crash. A Champaign man is in custody after police say he went into a retirement home with a gun. It happened at Clark Lindsay in Urbana. Police say Emmanuel Chappell showed up on a stolen scooter. He then got into an argument with an employee after asking about the location of a woman who works there. Chappell was arrested shortly after that. He's charged with unlawful possession of a weapon. We have new information tonight on a crash that happened 2 weeks ago in Champaign. You might remember the woman who drove onto the unfinished Bradley Avenue Bridge, then crashed onto 57. She is charged with a DUI.
How could you forget this video? Aisha Marshall had 2 other men in her car when it happened September 3rd. They all went to the hospital after the crash. We reached out to the state's attorney for more details. She told us she's not commenting since this is still an active investigation. Now, following up, all eyes in Atwood will be on the town's village meeting tonight.
Village business is shut down because the board doesn't have quorum. That means village employees were not paid last week. Board members can't make any decisions, and all village activity is at a standstill. WCIA 3's Emily Braun is live in Atwood for us tonight. So, Emily, this meeting tonight is very important.
Jessica, it all comes down to this. There are 7 board seats. 3 of those are vacant because of the resignations last week. So all of the 4 remaining board members need to be here tonight in order to get quorum and get the village of Atwood back on track. We told you all of this came on the heels of a debacle between the ex-village president and the police department. Then village president Brody Farrar installed cameras in the department, but the police department said they were not told they could record audio. And they have evidence to suggest that the mayor might have been listening into conversations within the police department. Now the Douglas and Piatt County State's Attorney's offices are deciding whether or not to charge Farrar with eavesdropping and obstruction of justice. Meanwhile, since last week's meeting, people I spoke with today say things have been tense all across town.
I would say personally myself that I have seen a change, not only in everyday business within the community, but in the businesses alone throughout the town.
Last week was filled with a lot of question and answer as to what no quorum means for Atwood residents, but there hasn't been an official meeting since the mayor, his wife, and a 3rd board member resigned. So some of the first items on the agenda tonight are to appoint an acting village president and also to appoint at least 1 new trustee. But again, everybody has to be here. All of the remaining 4 have to be here in order for any of that to happen. So that happens tonight at 7. We'll update you online as soon as we hear what happens, and you'll see the full report tonight at 10. Live in Atwood, Emily Braun, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Emily, thank you. We'll see you tonight.
People were told their water may not be safe to drink. What the EPA says now.
Also tonight.
She had taken her out the next morning to use the restroom, and she took off.
This dog disappeared for a week, but some pizza helped her get home. It's a reunion that'll make you smile.
And a pretty nice day today. Another warm one with high temperatures that made it all the way up to 84 degrees. That's above our 78-degree normal. As we look at the roofing dog eye net, Casey Summers, weather camera in Mattoon. Staying warm, but rain this weekend. We'll talk about when things feel like fall coming up.